There's no question that the rock racing entourage at this Tour of California is in stark contrast to that of 1 year ago. Before the 2008 race had even begun, the hoopla around the Los Angeles-based team had nearly eclipsed the event. At the center of the storm was fiery team owner Michael Ball, the Rockin' Republic fashion designer who arrived to the race start in Palo Alto surrounded by podium girl models, a traveling PR firm, a 12-man documentary film crew, and a bodyguard. Prior to the event, Ball locked horns with race organizers AEG, which had banned 3 of his riders from the event due to alleged involvement in the Operation Puerto blood doping scandal. Ball held a contemptuous pre-race press conference to protest the decision.
We have a moment now to say the past is the past. Let's move forward.
The team went on to have a successful 2008 season, crowned by Hamilton's National Road Championship. However, the Skull and Wings squad had a tumultuous offseason. Following a failed bid to register as a UCI Continental Professional squad for 2009, Rock found itself with a roster of more riders aged over 28 years old than Federation rules allow. That load was lightened by 3 when sprinters Ivan Dominguez, William Walker, and Baden Cook jumped ship. Cook told the cycling media he'd abandoned rock racing because Ball could not guarantee his contract past June. The future of the team that had boasted it was here to stay was suddenly in doubt.
We obviously had to change gears a few times in the off season, but we're still here. We're still fighting.
Meanwhile, because Rock's UCI roster had overflowed, established riders like Rahsaan Bahati and 2-time national time trial champion Chris Baldwin learned they'd been assigned to the team's amateur squad.
Everything was just kind of in flux until a little bit later, but I just put my head down and kept training for this race, and in the event that we'd get here, I knew I'd be ready and excited.
With AEG softening up its policy regarding doping investigations, Rock was able to field a full squad at this year's Tour of California. 5 stages in, the team has had a pair of standout performances: Francisco Mancebo's stage win and lock on the KOM jersey, and Tyler Hamilton's breakaway effort on stage 4, earning him the day's most courageous honors. However, off course, Rock has kept a low profile. The throng surrounding the team bus have thinned, and team riders and staff have steered clear of the press, repeatedly referring reporters to its PR firm, which is not at the race.
I gave you a card already. You can talk to the Elevation, our agency.
Rock's mechanics have been either unwilling or unable to answer questions about 2009 race bikes. Spare bikes were splattered with spray paint, and half the team's time trial bikes had no graphics whatsoever. Gone is last year's traveling entourage. In fact, by the end of Stage 5, Ball had not even made an appearance at the race.
There seems to be less media impetus on them this year, and maybe it's a good thing they can just race their bikes. They don't have to worry about all the crap that surrounded last year.
Even the team's look is more understated this year. Replacing the bright green and black kits of 2008 is a murky, punk rock theme utilizing anarchy symbols and ransom note lettering. But behind all the posturing, perhaps the team's bad boy image is simply more bark than bite, all part of Michael Ball's master marketing plan.
Rock's always perceived differently than what I perceive them as. A lot of times I perceive them as some of the nicest guys in the whole peloton, and then they look like the bad guys, with tattoos and all that. And I think it's sometimes a little bit of a show, but they're all good guys, top to bottom. So what the perception of what the public sees and what the perception of what we see as inside the peloton is 2 different things altogether.